Another week goes by, and it's another week without an official Nintendo Direct. Sure, we got an indie highlights presentation, but if Nintendo isn't going to go and announce a bunch of new games, well, by golly, other companies are going to. And that's why we bring you yet again another week's worth of new game announcements. We've got 7 for you this time. 6 are brand new. 1 is a release date update. And there are some oddities here. One that has special circumstances. I find it very, very interesting, let's say. But we'll get to that in a second.
We have games announced every single day, and we compile them for you every single week, and we keep you up to date with what is happening. And with that said, Zach, let's go ahead and get into the list.
This week's episode is brought to you by When Ski Lifts Go Wrong, a game that was actually just featured at the Indie Highlights, one of the surprise drops, and one that we've been playing for a while. It's out on Switch for $15, and it's actually really, really cool. The way this went down is they reached out and said, hey, you want to check out our game and work together? We played it. We both were surprised by how much this game grabbed us, and so we said, okay, let's get it in the show. And it actually is really good. It is a physics-based construction builder all about making sure little guys and girls get to their ski lift a-okay, get on their snowmobile a-okay, and now in the full version, get on their motorbike, get on their regular bike, and you're trying to build them safe passage through the mountains, over hills, and make sure they don't go splat. It's got a lot of charm. It's got a lot of puzzle brain thinking required, and I really enjoyed it because it's not a genre that I have previously dipped much time into, but I found that it's such a nice change of pace from everything else I've been playing lately, and I love that it requires a calm sense of just real detail-oriented thinking and precision, and I love making sure my little guys get to the end of the ski slope safely.
I completely agree with you, Zach. I played it, and I did not expect to have as much fun with it as I did. There are a ton of levels, about 100 to be exact, and there's like varying difficulty in all of them, and I honestly had a very hard time with even some of the earlier levels, so I'm going to cop to not being so great at it, but I'm going to keep practicing, and I can't wait to play more of it.
Gabe, you on skis is one of my dream visions, so I hope that happens in real life someday. But in the meantime, this is a great one to take on the go with you, and especially because the levels do require a lot of tinkering and sometimes a lot of time. I think it's kind of like the perfect game to grab, go, maybe pause and stop. And they have this real cool system of sometimes you get to directly control the skiers and the bikers, and I like that a lot just as a nice change of pace. So go check out When Ski Lifts Go Wrong. A link in the description below to the Nintendo page. Obviously, it's on the eShop for $15, and frankly, I think it's one of the cooler indies that's come out this year, and I was super excited to see it be a surprise drop during the Indie Highlights presentation. Our first game is one that makes me smile. It's a cinematic experience that I cannot wait for, and its video game cartridge form is coming soon. This is our release date update. It is the Lego Movie 2 video game. I love the Lego Movie 1. You ever see that movie?
I have not.
Oh, Gabe. How are you, my friend? I feel like I'm letting people down. You haven't seen this movie. My girlfriend hasn't seen this movie. It's so good. Shines as Emmett, and he's back for more with Batman in tow and a whole lot of other colorful, creative Lego characters. But the sequel to the Lego Movie video game is coming, and it's got an odd release date scheme. It's coming February 26th to PS4, Xbox One, and Switch, but only digitally for Switch. The physical cartridge is coming March 26th, a full month later. I can't even begin to think of why that would be.
Yeah, I'm not even going to try to take a guess, but it is weird. For me, I prefer everything digital, so if I were inclined to get the Lego Movie 2 video game, which I am not, I would probably just get it digital. I don't know why it's...
I feel like this is the kind of game that would sell so well on like Nintendo consoles. Like, it's a licensed product, it's a kid's movie.
I mean,
it's
it
fun
makes
and
sense,
great.
right?
Yeah, like, unless they're... I don't know. Are they trying to do something weird by digital only and seeing maybe they see that Lego games just sell so much better that way? You know, did they run out of cartridges over at WB. I don't know what's going on, but the plot this time is the alien monster invaders have left Bricksburg in ruins. It is now up to Emmett and a host of heroic characters to go beyond their world and save their friends from the strange inhabitants of the Sistar system. You got to use your master building skills and work your way with over 100 playable characters through all of these wacky, wonderful levels, and it has all of the tricks and tactics you can have in a Lego game. Once again here, a bunch of Lego games on Switch, but I really like the Lego Movie game. The first one is good, the first movie was good. Hopefully both the sequel game and sequel film are awesome.
Yeah, you know what to expect with Lego. You're probably not going to be surprised by it, but if you enjoy the formula, they do a very good job of maintaining it. So there you go.
Something that surprised me back in 2014 was a game where you were a little small fry. You were a 2-year-old in Among the Sleep, which is now hitting Nintendo Switch. The Enhanced Edition is coming to the platform very soon. No specific date, and this is a first-person horror title. It was pretty loved when it first came out, and now you can take it on the go, experiencing the world, a dark house, and potentially more, as a small little guy and his teddy bear. It's no Outlast, but this one is definitely a cool and quirky twist on the horror formula.
The Enhanced Edition features enhanced new dialogue, better performance and visuals, put the pieces of a puzzle together to find out what happened to your mother, creep through threatening environments like twisted forests and a dark house, unravel a disturbing story filled with tension, symbolism, and psychological horror. Zach, this is your game.
Yeah.
Because you are basically a child, and you are scared of everything.
Oh, not quite how I describe myself, but we'll roll with it. I actually did play this one a little bit back on PC, and it is eerie, I think, more than it is, like, truly horrific. I do not do well with, like, straight-up horror games, but this one, like, totally manageable. You know, it still will get you, and I'm glad that they're bringing it to Switch. It's one that I think might be worth getting, especially because it features one of the youngest video game heroes of all time. All right, let's take us to a totally different type of game called Kabuki for Nintendo Switch. Now, this game is coming to Japan. I'm hoping that it comes to America because do you know what this game reminds me a heck of a lot of, Gabe?
I don't.
Box Boy.
Block Boy?
Box Boy.
Box Boy, that's what it is, not Block Boy.
Yeah. Goodness gracious. Box Boy used to be my jam. It was like my cult classic game. Back on the 3DS, they had 2 sequels, I believe. Very clever games, real simple, moving a little box boy around, solving puzzles, trying to save Box Girl. This one is from Hand, and they worked on Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2 days, as well as some of the Chocobo games. It is a 2D action puzzle game where you are controlling a curious creature and collecting heart cookies, but it does have a very, very Box Boy type feel. And in Japan, it's $8, but if you pre-order, it's only $4, a 50% discount just for pre-ordering. Over 180 stages, a level editor, and I sure as heck hope this one comes stateside.
I do remember you loving Block Boy. Wait, it's not Block Boy, is it?
Box Boy, oh my gosh, Gabe,
There's a reason I'm saying Block. There is a reason I'm saying Block.
My beloved. I wanted him in Smash Bros. So thanks for adding insult to injury. I'm not even going to let you finish what you were saying. We're going to go on to the next game. Maybe this one you'll get right, Gabe. I picture you building a lot of Gundam in your childhood bedroom. SD Gundam G Generation Cross-Rays confirmed for Nintendo Switch. It says the G Generation series saw its 20th anniversary in 2018, and the latest work features characters and mobile suits from the Mobile Suit Gundam Wing, Mobile Suit Gundam Seed, Mobile Suit Gundam 00, and Mobile Suit Gundam Iron-Blooded Orphans series. It is coming to PS4, Nintendo Switch, and Steam in 2019. There are a lot of Gundam in the game. And it is currently coming to Japan and Southeast Asia, where it will have English text. Not sure if this one comes stateside, but it could be one that does. What do you think?
Of course, you can always just get the game since it is
Right.
region free. Hey, Nintendo Switch, we really love you for that. I don't know. I think it's cool. I have a funny little story about Gundam. I used to love it when I was a kid, back when it was on Toonami. And I don't know, maybe there's still a version of Gundam on Toonami that I'm not sure about. But I used to walk over to the public library, Zach, about a mile every day by myself to use a computer. And what I would do on that computer is I would play a flash game that was a Gundam flash game. It was on like Toonami's website, and okay, that's basically all I'm going to say about that.
Nice.
I don't have the fondness for Gundam that I used to have, but I mean, I think there's a reason it's only going to come to those territories. It's probably not as popular in America as it used to be, but I mean, it could be cool.
It could be, and we'll have to keep tabs on if it does come here, or if you do need to create another region eShop to grab it. Okie dokie, let's head to the next title. This one, Gabe, part of your favorite genre. Roguelike number 804 is called Tangle Deep, and it's coming to Nintendo Switch on January 31st. So right around the corner, it is a dungeon crawling title that draws elements from Secret of Mana and Chrono Trigger, with gameplay that has been inspired by NetHack and Shiren the Wanderer. Each playthrough promises a unique experience thanks to the ever-changing labyrinth, robust character job system, and a large assortment of equipment. This one is much more traditionally focused and derived than a lot that we have played, Gabe. So I'm not sure that this qualifies as either your cup of tea or your not cup of tea, but it does have a very nice art style.
The thing is, you just mentioned two of my favorite games of all time, with Secret of Mana and Chrono Trigger. So, I don't know, Tangle Deep might get me tangled, even though it is a genre that I don't have particularly any fondness for, because they do make so many of them. I am personally looking forward to Roguelike 658 once that eventually gets released. I know you said this is 804, 658 hasn't been released yet.
I think we might also be a little tangled up, because the difference between roguelike and roguelite always trips me, and this being roguelike might be why they are inspired by NetHack and Shiren the Wanderer instead of the roguelites that we see so many of. So let me know in the comments down below if you prefer roguelikes or roguelites, because our joke about 600 may not apply if this is indeed a roguelike, which I think it is. Anyhow, Grant Kirkhope is on the track here, which I love. He is the famed developer. He was in Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle. He did stuff with the great Banjo-Kazooie and Donkey Kong back in the day, and Ukulele, so you can look forward to some sick tunes apparently on this track. All right, let's go to one that gets Gabe going. It's American Ninja Warrior, the game, coming in March to all sorts of platforms, including our beloved Nintendo Switch. Have you seen this TV show?
Yes, I have seen this TV show.
It's pretty good. It's not too bad. It's something that I could never ever do. I do not have the strength. It's something that I feel my brother Jake would be very good at. And it's something that I'm sure plenty of crazed parent build little courses in their backyard to try to help their son or daughter rise to greatness. They talk about 10 seasons of American Ninja Warrior have brought a lot of fans and popularity to the series. Millions of people have been inspired and entertained, and now they are moving it to the video game platform, and it's got the host of the show as the commentators of the game. So you are ready for the action-packed obstacle course competition game American Ninja Warrior.
I would have loved to have been at the pitch meeting for this game. Like, hey guys, American Ninja Warriors really needs a video game. And also, the whole thing about that show is that it's very, very difficult, right, to complete the obstacle course. Not a lot of people complete it.
Right.
So, like, are you just, like, meant to fail over and over and over in this game? Like,
It really
how does that
reminds
work?
me of, and it's American Ninja Warrior Challenge, by the way, but it really reminds me of the old Olympic games, like the licensed Olympic games that used to come out, and I used to actually like those. I knew that they were crappy, but they would be just basically like button mashing fest, or ones where you have to like awkwardly hold a bunch of buttons, and if this can channel that in some way, I might actually be in. I hope that they are sensible in their pricing. We'll have to wait till March to see. All right, our last game of the day features one of the weirdest key arts I've ever seen. It looks like it is a girl wearing a gumball machine on her head. But instead,
Wait, are you telling me that's not what it is?
I don't know. I think, I mean, she says, do you want gum with that? So maybe it is. This is Geo Rifters coming to Switch in 2019. It's an Unreal Engine 4 game, believe it or not. And you are following the heroes of 5 different bubble worlds that have the rare ability to push, flip, twist, and turn the ground. If you watch the gameplay, it's pretty interesting what they're doing with the world. It's almost like Little Big Planet meets
Difficulty.
Gumball. 4 players can go head to head in some sort of competitive mode, and it looks kind of interesting. Like the modification of the level on the ground as you go is pretty cool. Each character has different abilities. There's some weird characters. There's like an awkward Bob the Builder who's the plunger man. There's some DJ with like a little Mickey Mouse charm. I don't even know. There's an old man who's wearing like a fire hydrant. I guess he's like water fireman. And then of course there's Gumball Girl. So this one is all sorts of weird.
Look out for the comic I'm writing, Water Fireman, coming to stores near you.
It's actually just weird enough that like I have to kind of follow this one through. So I'm going to be keeping my eyes on Geo Rifters. Gabe, what game of this list are you going to be keeping your eyes on?
Oh boy, Tangle Deep looks sort of cool. Even though it's a genre I don't really care for, so I'm going to go with Tangle Deep.
It might not be, Gabe. It's a roguelike. It's not a roguelike.
I don't know the difference. Okay, no one seems to know the difference.
Dead Cells and things of that sort.
I know.
That one that I really like, Rogue Legacy. And then you got games that are roguelikes, which are more like Sheeran and NetHack, where it's more like you move and then you move a square and you're dungeon crawling and it's very difficult and time consuming.
Okay.
Get it right.
But publishers use them interchangeably.
Maybe we just read them wrong over and over again. It's a difficult word. Coming to Webster's word of 2019, roguelike light. Anyhow, I'm looking for the Lego Movie 2 video game. I don't know. I'm kind of over everything Lego except that franchise specifically because I like the movies and I like what they got going on. I'm also into Geo Rifters.
Okay. Yeah. Tangle Deep is where it's at for me.
Let us know in the comments down below which of these games you are most excited for. Please and thank you. Maybe next week we'll have a direct. Maybe we won't. A lot of games were announced at the Indie Highlights presentation, so we didn't feel like it was necessary to repeat through those. But, of course, games like SteamWorld Quest, Wargroove, and Crosscode are very, very exciting. So, in general, a week full of games. Maybe not big Nintendo games, maybe no direct, but we'll keep our fingers crossed for it next time. Until then, thanks so much for watching, everybody. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe to stay up to date on the latest and greatest from the Switch and all of its games, good, bad, weird, wild, in between. In the meantime, have a fantastic day, everybody. Thanks so much for watching. For myself and Gabe, SwitchForce out. Force out.